name's Ren. Welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you're not. Today we're once again not drawing anything. We're doing another sketchbook tour. Just because I want to, and I finished this one at some point, so we might as well have a look at it. So let's just get into it. So you can see this is not super old, but I finished it a while ago. It's taken longer than I assumed. I planned to have this done in like 3 months, but then life happened, as it so often does. Anyway, started this out strong with a little drawing with a dragon, because I love dragons. Gotta have a dragon. And yeah, just some hands from Pinterest, because I periodically need like a refresher, because if I go too long without drawing hands from reference, I just forget how they work. Some faces also from Pinterest. Some boys to practice that. So immediately jumping into the OC art, these are my characters, Imogen and Amelia. They're from a comic I'm working on. I've said this quite often, this comic has been in the work for a while, even though it's pretty short. Anyway, maybe one day it will get done, but today is not that day. Some woodland critters, just because, my Pinterest was full of animals, and I was like, you know what, might as well practice a little bit, so yeah, some little guys. I think this one's my favorite, the little fox. But the squirrel is also very cute, so I don't know, and they're both good. Some more sketches of Imogen. And modern outfits. I think most of these are probably also from Pinterest. Yeah, not much to say about this, honestly. They're just all pretty rough. I think I didn't have the greatest day drawing wise, but I was like, well, let's sit down and draw anyway, just to get it out of the way. Some bunnies with brush pen. This is, I think, with one of the Tombow brush pens, because I had it lying around and my favorite brush pen had run out of ink, so I was, shopping around my other brush pens, checking which ones worked well. So some bunnies, and here we have some mice. Look at them. Oh, they're so cute. Look at him. He's eating a little raspberry. I think this one might be my favorite, but they're all very cute. He's sitting on a little mushroom. Look at him. Oh, so cute. I think these are just sketches from imagination, trying to figure out how to draw one of the characters from a story I'm working on. He doesn't have a name yet, but he is in I say that as if I don't have like 50 stories like I'm working on in parallel. On the topic of stories I'm working on, this is Jay and Lou. They're from a comic that's in pre-production at the moment. It's called Queer Happenings. Jay is just a little guy who's possessed by a demon, which is Lou. And Lou likes looking like a cat, but he doesn't have to. He just thinks cats are cool. Yeah. More little guys. I think these were ferrets from Pinterest. Ferrets and related little guys who are just noodle shaped. So it's pretty bad. This one got censored immediately. I was like, I can't do this. This was also one of my Tombow brush pens. More faces from Pinterest. When I was younger, I didn't get when other people were like, oh, drawing from reference is so chill, you don't even have to think, and I would be like, no, drawing from reference is literally the most stressful. But at this point in my life, I'm also in camp, damn, drawing from reference is so chill. You don't have to think, you just draw whatever's on the picture. So yeah, just some people from reference. Oh, this is one of my favorite pages in this. Just some oddities. Look at them. They're so cute. I think this was right before Christmas, and I was drawing Oddishes because one of my friend's favorite Pokemon is Oddish, and I usually like give her a little like Oddish drawing as like a gift for Christmas or for her birthday. So you can measure whether it's time for that if there's like Oddishes in a sketchbook. Look at these little guys. Aren't they cute? I love them. Oddish is so cute. Like, he's just a round little guy who has feet and also some plants. Staying on the Pokemon track, this is my Diamond and Pearl OC K. They're a little idiot, but it's fine. And their starter, Turtwig, because I love Turtwig. He's so cute. I love my little turtle son. He's so perfect. If I legitimately every time I start a new playthrough in like Pearl, I'm like, I need Turtwig. He's my favorite. More ferrets. Look at these little guys. They don't look like ferrets at all, but that's not important. Really, the more you draw from reference, the more comfortable, at least I get more comfortable just drawing stuff that at the end doesn't really look like the reference. However, people who look at it will never know, so they think, oh wow, that's a nice drawing, and yeah, you win. Some more Imogen and Amelia sketches. These are, I think, based off of photographs on Pinterest. Yeah, look at them, they're gay. More little guys, a little hamster. Yeah, I don't have much to say about these, although I guess we can talk about. I was using like an old brush pen I saw lying around, and it's not good. It was not a good brush pen. It's already running out of ink, you can see. But yeah, it didn't have it didn't react well to pressure, in the sense that you didn't really get thin lines. With the pencil pocket brush pen, which is my absolute favorite, you get like really thin lines and very thick lines at the same time, like depending on how much you press. But with like a lot of cheaper brush pens, you just don't get that, which is a shame because that's the best part about brush pens. More Amelia and Imogen, because I love them and I need to draw them more to get their faces down. Imogen's actually pretty easy. I always struggle with Amelia's face. Something goes wrong every time. I'm like, this doesn't quite look right. But yeah. Oh, I haven't mentioned that this time. I'm sure I've mentioned this in other sketchbook tours, but Amelia is a knight who gets wounded in combat, and that's how she meets Imogen, who is a witch and a healer, and yeah, she helps fix Amelia up again, and also they fall in love because they're both gay. Little seals. I love that all of them got censored immediately. This one turned out really well. This one's just a little shape. But yeah, this was, first off, I love this guy. I love bunnies. They're super cute. But also, this was when I realized I had a bunch of ink still lying around. So I might as well just, instead of using a brush pen, I can just use an actual brush with ink. That's where I started, and I've been really enjoying it. That was super fun. Yeah, continuing with real brush and ink. Some birds. Some little guys, a little bear. Some bunnies. Yeah, this is just me going through my Pinterest feed and being like, okay, what animals are coming up? We'll just draw whatever is on there. Some cats. I love cats so much. These are pretty bad. I love him. Very ominous. We'll ignore this one. Should have gotten censored. Not a good cat. Some more bunnies. They're so cute. Look at this guy. I love bunnies so much. Drawing them is so fun because a lot of them are just very round, but they're also fluffy, so it's very fun. More seals, and I think these were otters. Yeah. Being skeptical of what animal this is because the art isn't good enough to differentiate. Anyway, yeah, these are otters, and this is a little ferret again, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it doesn't look like an otter. Yeah, keeping with the brush, ink, and animal theme, there's a lot of this in there just because it's very relaxing for me to do. It's one of my favorite things to just draw animals from reference with brush pen. Um, I just don't have to worry. Like, if I fuck up, then, that's life. I don't, there's no way to go back and fix it, so you can just draw and not have to worry about going back and fixing it. More ferrets, I think. Or ferret-like little boys. I know there's like a few different ones, but they're all long and fluffy, and that's all that matters to me. Ooh, I was busting out some old felt tip pens I found. Turns out I have quite a lot of them still from like school and stuff. And they still work for the most part, so I was drawing my character, Velia. Yeah, not much else to say. I love her. She's an old character. I created her like, I don't know, a few years ago when I was convinced I was gonna make like a long epic webcomic, which has never manifested so far, and probably never will, because I wrote it when I was like 15, so it's not very good. And then I edited it over the years, so it's like super convoluted at this point. It would need a whole overhaul, and I just don't have the time or energy to deal with that at the moment. My character Eliza, who's from a different universe, she's the main character of a different story. That's just kind of a fun thing I like to rotate in my mind. It's not something I'm ever that I have any aspirations for, like turning into a comic or anything. It's just, I love making up little guys and then putting them in situations. More Amelia and Imogen, because again, I'm thinking about them a lot this past year, because again, I'm working on a comic with them. It's just taking a long time. Yeah, I just love them. More of them. Some modern outfits for them, and again, these are also, I think, referenced from photographs on Pinterest that I thought looked nice, and yeah, just doodling around. Okay. These are really bad. I think I was having a really bad day, and I was like, you could try to draw something, and I tried, and I was like, you know what, this isn't turning out the way I want to. So then I came back a different day and drew some Mudkips, because I love Mudkip. It's so cute. Look at this little guy. One of my absolute favorite starters. Mudkip is so perfect. More Amelia and Imogen. Amelia in the current draft version of what's it called? Festive parade uniform, whatever. Super impractical, but cool looking. It's white and light gray with gold ornaments and stuff. It looks nice. I say when I design it, yeah. And just, I love drawing chibis. They're tiny and cute, and you don't have to think much about it. They're just little guys. Some more Amelia sketches. Her being low-key pissed, her at work reading a letter. Damn. There's a lot of them in the sketchbook. I didn't remember, but that's unimportant because we have more bunnies. Look at this little guy. I think this is my favorite from this page, although this one is also very cute. I'm gonna say, I think I prefer the bunnies with who have ears that still stand up. I know there's a lot of them that are bred to have the hanging ears. I'm not huge on that. I think it's cuter when they can put up their ears to look interested. But yeah, bears. Honestly, I think what really got me into drawing animals with brush pen at first was bears, so I like coming back to them they're just so fluffy and cute. Bears are so good. They're so cute. Look at them. I think this one is my favorite from this page. What a boy. Trying to get better at birds. normal, typical bird, just a fluff ball. Oh, I love these. I think they're, what are they? Great tits or something. They're super cute. I think these are the, what are they called? They're not quite babies anymore. They're like juvenile or whatever. Like they're not like the disgusting, wrinkly little baby birds anymore. They already have like a lot of floof. But yeah, anyway, here's some birds. And some... Okay, I think this is a mix because this looks like a wolf, but this looks like a fox. So I think there's one wolf, there's another wolf. I think this is also wolves, but I think this is all foxes. It's all good boys. They're all good dogs. They're all very cute. But yeah, look at him. He's so fluffy. Some more J sketches that I never finished. Yeah, there's not much else to say. Sometimes I just think I'm gonna come back to a page and then it's like a month later and I'm like, you know what? I don't care anymore. And then I give up. And sometimes that's the only thing you can do. This is also one of my favorite pages, I think. Drawing like tiger babies with brush, with ink and the brush. That was really fun, and also I got to look at a bunch of photographs of tiger cubs, and they're so cute. I love tigers so much. This was sometime after Christmas, because for Christmas I got the, what are they called? Boku Undo watercolor set. I think I saw this like years ago. I saw this on someone using it on YouTube years ago, and I've wanted it ever since, but I was like, well, maybe I don't even like want it that much. Let's wait a while and see if I still want it. And I do. I am delighted by it. I love this. These are all like, I think they're called blackish colors. They're just very dark versions of your typical colors. So you have, they're all, yeah, the blackish red, blackish yellow. Reddish black, yellowish black, greenish black, bluish black, purplish black, and brownish black, I think they're called. Yeah, they're like, when you see them in the packaging, they're like super, super dark. So like they have a really dark mass tone, which is fun, but they also have like some color to them. So like, yeah, I love working with them. They're super fun. Yeah, some more random animals. I think this was another one of those days where it was just scrolling through Pinterest and drawing whichever animal turned up first. Oh, I had a really, really thick brush that day, and I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. There's some foxes and some sort of bird, and I think this was some sort of bunny, but it got censored because I fucked up. And then I went to flowers. This was actually also fun, because like drawing flowers are so delicate, like their petals are so thin and like translucent and delicate, and drawing it with like a thick brush is just really fun, because again, you don't have to worry if it looks good. You just do whatever, and sometimes it turns out well, like these, and sometimes it turns out like that one. And you know, you just have to take the winners and ignore the ones who fail. I think this was like cotton, maybe, and these might have been narcissus. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. I just drew whatever flowers came up on Pinterest when I looked up like flowers or something. More faces from Pinterest. Once again, it's so much easier to draw from reference than to come up with something. So I do this whenever like my brain refuses to cooperate. It's like, I can't be creative today, I'll just draw whatever. Some Imogens again in a cute nightgown. And this is where I started drawing dragons. I found like an old how to draw dragons book in my bookshelf, and I was like, you know what? I love dragons. I should get better at drawing them, because I've always, like, I was one of those kids that's been super into dragons since forever. More Amelia and Imogen. Look at them, gal pals. They're just, you know, when women are best friends, you know. Again, some modern outfits for Amelia and Imogen's, and then I think these are from references for sure. Because, like, dude, drawing people interacting is so hard. Like, I am a huge fan of just drawing one character standing up in like 3/4 view. That's like super easy. But like having to draw characters interacting, oh my god, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, and after having to like think so much while drawing characters interacting, I needed a break. So I drew some Furred and Sentret, because they're some of my favorite Pokemon too. They're just so cute. Look at him. What a perfect little guy. He's just so shaped. This is me at all times of day. Yeah, I think figuring out how to draw this one was like much harder. I was struggling a bit. Oh, look at him, my little guy, and he has a little flower. That's so cute. But yeah, I have loved Pokemon for like years and years and years, but I never used to draw them because I was just bad at it, and that's why I avoided it, which is stupid, because like you've got to be bad at it first before you can get better, you know? So now I am embracing that I'll have to suck at it first. But when I ever like figure it out, I can just draw cute little guys, and that's, I think, a good goal. And again, more honestly, pretty fitting that this video is gonna come out in like Pride Month, because there's so much gay shit. It's just more Amelia and Imogen doing normal straight women stuff. No, it's like, listen, okay? That's why you make gay characters, so they can kiss. Speaking of gay people, no. Cats. Ugh, I love cats. More cats. Look at him. He's just a little ball. But yeah, obviously also referenced from Pinterest. None of these like brush pen doodles are from imagination. If they were, they would look unrecognizable. Ooh, this last one. So this cat actually was from imagination, I'm pretty sure, which is why it doesn't look quite as much like a cat like the other ones. But this is a fun page, because this was when I started playing a homebrew campaign with friends, and that was the first time designing my character, Max. They're a menace. They like causing problems, and their main motivation in life is spite. And they're my funky little guy. I love them. More flowers. Yeah, this flower session went much worse than the other one. I also think I used a much thicker brush for this. But yeah, the ones I smeared with red ink are the ones I like better, but none of these are very good. But you know, it's a sketchbook. You're gonna end up with a good number of pages that are just not that good. Okay, here was back to designing characters for a story I'm currently writing. It's a fantasy murder mystery, which is fun, because the main character who's gonna solve the murder mystery is a shapeshifter who is taking the shape of the murder victim, and impersonating them while trying to solve the murder, which is, you know, it leaves a lot of space for fun shenanigans. Yeah. Anyway, none of these are like final designs. I was just, you know, thinking about it and started drawing the characters, and none of them look correct yet. Yeah, this was also, I was still thinking about it, trying to figure out some characters, and these are just ideas for some of the supporting cast, but I'm not super happy with any of them either so far. So yeah, it's got a long way to go. Oh god, no, I just saw this guy and I was like, wow, He's so round. Damn. I forgot how many animals were in the sketchbook. I feel like it's at least like 50% of the drawings are just like little guys. this, this one's really bad. Um, yeah, I love this one though. He's eating a little fruit. Good for him. Yeah. Oh, some more birds. Birds are so difficult. I don't know. There's something that's just not intuitive about like the way birds like sit and stand. Like their body shape is just not. It's not as intuitive to me as like bears or bunnies. So I need to get some more work on that done. And like the one bird I really liked from this session. He's getting a green halo because he's a special little guy. I think it also worked much better because this one has like a super distinctive like head shape where I was like, ooh, you just do like one straight line and then up. Anyway, this one, I really like this one. Ooh, more gay people. Revisiting my characters, Amaranthium and Maria, I feel like I have to draw them at least once in like every sketchbook. My gay little beans, I love them. These are also characters from the same universe, Lillian and Kale. They're some of Amaranthia's besties, so that's why they're all on this page together. And also a cat, because I love cats. Some more hands, because it's been months, and I was like, wait, how do hands look again? We need to look at real hands again. Yeah, and some more faces. I feel like every time I just started drawing faces, you can tell I just had literally no creative energy. I was like, listen, I want to draw something today, but I have no idea what, so let's just do this. Ooh, more flowers, and once again, very, very few winners, but that's okay. You can see, like, I like the ones that I like elevated by color, and the rest is just like, don't look at them too closely. just don't look. I think this was after I took a break from drawing for a while, and I needed to get back into it because February and like January are kind of exam season for me, so I don't really get to draw much in that time. So to get back into it, I was drawing my character Satan. You can see that these two just didn't turn out well, so I was like, let's just draw over it a little bit. Let's just not think about it. And yeah, I gave her a sword because she deserves one, and she's so cool. Ooh, this was fun. This is one of the M-gram like 5-color limited color sets. They're really cool. I'm really excited to work with this. Obviously, like, even though this is marketed as like a mixed media sketchbook, it's not actually very good at most media, but it's like pretty affordable, which is why I like using them. Like, they come in funky colors and like they're good enough for a sketchbook. I'm not in the habit of doing like masterpieces in my sketchbooks anyway. But yeah, this color combination is really fun because these are like not really colors I would choose myself if I was to create a palette for myself. Except the dioxazine violet. I love this color. Okay, this violet is like in literally all of my color palettes, my watercolor palettes, because I love it so much. But yeah, these are very like earth tones, and these are also like opaque colors. Like, except for the dioxazine purple, all of these are opaque or semi-opaque. I think the sap green is less opaque than the others, but yellow ochre, burnt umber, and cerulean are all opaque pigments. I don't know how well you can see this, but you can see this on like the flower where the blue is like over the black line mark, how it like sits on top and covers it up a little bit. Yeah, that's cerulean is just kind of opaque. Anyway, I had some like paint leftovers on one of my ceramic mixing trays, which are just plates. They're just plates I got from IKEA. and they're great for mixing. I had some leftovers, so I just put some color into the sketchbook as well. You can't tell, I had a lot of the purple leftovers, so gave these little mice a nice backdrop. Dude, this is like this photo of a little mouse sniffing on a little flower. Pinterest keeps recommending this to me. I think every time I open Pinterest, I see this little guy. Dude, I see him all the fucking time. Yeah, this is some more birds. Look at him. A spherical lad. I think this was... I did the background on this with, I think, my Kuretake Gansai Tombi paints, because I don't use them that much anymore, and I really should use them more. Yeah, this was again one of the pages from the day where it was just... I was not feeling great about drawing or anything, so I just... sometimes you sit down and try and it just doesn't turn out that well. So... Lucifer, Satan, Mammon, and Redacted. No, Belphegor, but didn't turn well. Oh, obviously, my OCs. Because when do I ever draw anything that's not my original characters, right? I am terminally obsessed with my own characters. Fan art just isn't as much my thing. Some more hands, because I didn't know what else to draw, so gotta have some hands. Once again, drawing my old character, Velia, and doing some more fun outfits for her, but you can tell that, like, the effort is going down the further we get into the sketchbook. It was just... yeah. Oh yeah, I think at this point I was revisiting a lot of characters from that story, because these are the other protagonists, beside Velia, Matthew, Killian, and Eileen. Love all of them. But yeah, it's like, it's very nostalgic for me, because again, I came up with them when I was still like a teenager, and it's just, sometimes it's nice to revisit your old characters and like just draw them again for old time's sake. This was also a character from the same story, Christian. These are more characters from the same story. These are all like background characters. Yeah, and because I love color coding, most of them have like a main design color, which I then put in the background. So Catherine has a lot of green, she has a lot of purple, Jules has also a lot of green, Frederica has mostly like gray and desaturated colors, and Anthony has a lot of blues. Yeah, some more Eliza. And other characters from her story, which I will not go into because then we would be here for hours. Again, there is so much lore, but it's just too much to put into a sketchbook tour. More little critters. I think this was also another day where I was just like, I'll draw whatever comes up on Pinterest. Little mouse, little bird. I don't know what this was. Maybe a stork. I can't tell. A rose, because these are easy. Sleepy little cat. Oh yeah. Drawing some more Lucifer. I think for this one I was actually looking through like some photo ref on Pinterest, trying to find like not a super exact but a kind of face claim that I could like reference some more angles of his face from, which was fun. I really like this one. It turned out very nice. And then while I was on Pinterest, I saw some nice outfits, and I was like, this is stuff Lucifer will wear. And yeah, drew him in it, so that was fun. More Satan, because I also love her. I also looked for a face claim for her, which I also found one, which I was happy enough with. So that was nice. It's very useful, like, if your style isn't super cartoonish, but like, I wouldn't call my style realistic by any stretch, but it is kind of semi-realistic, I guess, so it is useful to have at least, like, to look at a reference for what kind of features you want at least once, and get like a feel for how they'd look in a less stylized environment and then work from there. Oh, this is also one of my absolute favorite pages. I've mentioned before that I like looked up like some of my dragon drawing books, and I also started to look at some dragons on Pinterest. So then, in a stroke of genius, Pinterest also started recommending me like more creature art that wasn't dragons, but it was other like fantasy creatures that were just fun. And dude, I spent like hours looking at little guys. That was so much. I love creatures. And then I was like, you know what? Let's draw an axolotl creature. So this guy was born, and I love him. And I was talking about like which size would be best with a friend, and I was like, well, if it would be like pet size, it would be really cute, but it would also be really cute if it were giant. And my friend was like, why not both? Why not say it starts out as like small and like you can still pick it up, and then eventually it gets giant. And honestly, galaxy brain moment, I agree. It starts out super cute and tiny, and then it becomes big, but it's still super cute. Love that. Wish I could have one as a pet. This is more concept art for the fantasy murder mystery I was talking about, thinking about their like clothing style and like world building and how it would influence that. These are not particular. I don't expect anyone but me to make sense of these. Yeah. Ooh, this is also super fun. I went shopping for art supplies with one of my best friends who also draws a lot, and I got a set of granulating watercolors, and I wanted to draw something with them, but I couldn't figure out what. So my friend was like, you know what if there was like an animal fusion between a frog and a whale? And I was like, you know what, that's genius, I need to draw that. So that's this little guy. I love him. Look at him. I bet he makes the loudest, most ominous noises. Can you imagine? You just live near the ocean, and then you hear like this just insanely loud just noise coming, and you can't identify it, and then you see this guy in the harbor and you're like, oh, it's this guy again. This is more of the character I talked about that I designed for a campaign with friends. They got roller skates, magical roller skates, which is super fun. They are still a little menace. I love them. Their name is Max. I don't know if I mentioned that. I like for fun I call them maximum cringe, because they're a little bit they're a little tiny cringe machine. I love them. They are super concerned with like looking cool and badass, and it's very cute. I love playing them. They're super fun. And this is more bunnies with a brush and ink. These are all so cute. I really like this one. I think, yeah, for this one I accidentally went and used one of my nice watercolor brushes, who comes to a very fine point. Like you can see how this line tapers off very gently. And like, there's nothing wrong with using those with ink, but like, ink can fuck up your brushes, and I did not want my nice, expensive brush to get fucked up, so I was like, oh no. Finish this one and then immediately clean it off and went to get another brush, which was not as dynamic. Like you can see I tried doing thin lines, but it just doesn't get as thin as this one. However, maintaining the integrity of my nice brushes was more important. Yeah, and then I went and got a giant brush for the the like difference between these two is really funny to me. Yeah, some more birds, because they're also fun to draw. I'm still not very good at it, but you know, practice makes perfect, so we're gonna churn out some more mediocre birds before we'll eventually get good. This was just, I think, doodling a random character, looking at like different levels of stylization, like super stylized as a little chibi, and then more like I don't like to call it my style because I didn't like make an effort to develop any style, but like just the way I would naturally draw, I guess, and then in a more like anime-fied way, and then in a slightly more realistic way than I would usually draw. It was fun, fun exercise. I think these are also just studies from reference from Pinterest. just a little mermaid. It was like April or March, I think it was April, and like mermaid hadn't happened yet, so I was like, you know what? Mermaids aren't actually that bad. I should draw a mermaid again. So I drew a little mermaid. A little sketch of Velia, which I improved by slapping some color onto it. I don't know if this made it better or not, but it sure happened. And then some more hands. I think you can really tell that like the effort is really falling off a cliff like right near the end of the sketchbook. Yeah, I was like, I'm almost done and I'm not motivated anymore. What should I do? So I sat down and was like, you know what, let's do something insanely self-indulgent. Let's create a Catboy OC. Because I think Catboys are very cute. And I can't believe I didn't have one of those yet. So I sat down and was like, let's draw some Catboys. So I drew some Catboys. Yeah. Love this little guy. He looks mischievous. I'm sure he like loves breaking and entering and being a nuisance, knocking things off of furniture, you know, cat behavior. But yeah, this is last page, finished in April with a little cat boy, and that's all there is. Yeah, just some pen testing. Oh, I did this while I was visiting a friend. This was like the Gansai Tambi paints on like tone paper. It's really fun. Jay and Lou, the demon cat, because I love them and they're easy to draw. But yeah, and a watercolor test sheet. But yes, that's all there is to it. Oh yeah, I think I didn't mention this in the beginning, but this is one of the Talon's art creation sketchbooks. They are marketed as mixed media, and like, I guess you can use them for it, but the paper is not of a quality where I would bother with like paints or anything. It's like, they're relatively cheap for sketchbooks. They come in nice colors. They're fun to use. And I'm not one of those people who's like interested in making like really nice art in my sketchbook anyway. But if you want to do like heavy mixed media work, I would not recommend these. These are just like for fun sketching and stuff. They have a lot of pages. They're very affordable, and again, come in nice colors. But yeah, that's it from me. Thank you for sticking around until the end. As always, I would love to hear about your favorite pages in the comments. I think my favorite page is either my little axolotl creature or probably the furred and centered page, because I know I had so much fun drawing them. I love those little guys. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you had a good time, but what I wanted to say was hope you have a nice rest of your day. And yeah, it'd be great if you stick around for the next video, but if you don't, that's also cool. Yeah.